Welcome back. Here at WRTV. We've worked for more than a year now to keep you informed of all the developments in this battle against COVID-19. We've never wavered in that commitment, but how we presented and gathered the news had to change to keep our staff safe. For example, I've stayed in the studio, but for some of my colleagues, Mark and Kevin included, it meant some big changes at home.
There will be some changes as we go forward.
That will not change.
They were designed to be basements.
Tonight we're taking a look at businesses that remain open in the Hoosier State.
A dining area.
The time now is 6:35. Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana.
And a living room. But when COVID-19 hit, those spaces quickly turned into home studios for Kevin, Todd, Mark, and Raphael.
We had to find a new way to work. And so here at WRTV, welcome to my living room. They put a studio in my house so that we could continue to communicate our message, our stories to our viewers across central Indiana.
More than a year into the pandemic, we continue to utilize home studios as a safe option to keep staff members socially distant while still delivering the news and weather you count on every day.
People always joke, you could just set up a green screen and work from home. And I never really believed that. I never really thought I could do everything I needed to do from home. My prediction was wrong. I can.
Yes, it can and is being done, but not without learning some new skills along the way. Like so many of you, we had to step out of our comfort zones and get a bit more familiar with the technical side of making TV.
If there's one thing that this has taught me along the way is doing more of the behind-the-scenes work that a lot of my colleagues typically would do. I had to learn about more about lighting and Wi-Fi and how the internet is connecting the television signal back to the station. And when something went wrong because we couldn't have anybody else in here, I had to learn how to fix it myself. So I picked up some skills, some engineering skills along the way. So I mean, maybe this graduates me to a junior engineer.
Todd also says he feels a bit more like an engineer these days.
I always describe my job as 4 parts. A 1/4% is scientist, 1/4% is graphic artist, 1/4% is presenter, and then 1/4% is social media. So I think we might have to add a 1/5 to that and then kind of just divide it by 20%.
Like Todd, Kevin is broadcasting from his basement. He hears his family moving around upstairs, the dog barking, and when he looks straight into the camera, he sees his dad, retired weatherman Bob Gregory, smiling back at him. Well, a cutout of Bob. There's also something else you don't see.
Well, I usually don't wear shoes, because we set up the shots and the height of the monitor and everything for my height. So if I throw on shoes and I'm another inch taller, then that throws things off just a little bit.
Now back to Mark's place. Not only did he temporarily lose his dining room, his ironing board also functioned as a table to hold his laptop, which he used to read scripts on air. And thanks to the magic of the green screen and technology, Raphael looks like he's broadcasting from the studio, but it's really his living room.
On occasion, you'll think that I'm in Indianapolis, but really behind that wall is Providence, Bargersville, and Trafalgar, and Franklin.
Like you, we have adapted as the pandemic continues, making adjustments as new information comes in and figuring out what works best for all involved. It's always about finding the best way to serve you, our viewers, and keep everyone at WRTV safe and healthy.
That's something.